is what porn does to marriage and family, which is the focus, main focus. Now, I have given you a little bit of an introduction, a kind of a basis of what porn does to our human body, especially the brain. Which the brain is the one which is the seat of everything. It controls everything. And if our brain is affected with porn, you can imagine how necessary it is to really to reckon with this situation in our life. So what does porn do to marriage and family? This is which shows, you can see a graph there, a pie charts, which show the use of porn from, it has shifted from 2008. You can see in 2008 already 99% were using from their desktops. You can see the picture there. And few were using from the mobile, because that time the mobiles were not even, were hardly coming in. Smartphones were hardly coming in. And by 2014, it already changed from that figure from 46% to PCs and 56% to mobile. That means smartphones had already begun to become more and more available. 2017, that's just 3 years ago. Already the shift is major. 75% 3 years ago were already watching porn on mobile, and only 25% still, those who don't have a mobile, were watching on their laptops or on their PCs. So that is how the growth has increased. And 2020, you can be sure that number is 99%. The number of 2008 has shifted drastically from 99% to probably 1% only on PCs. So friends, studies have asserted that men don't mind watching porn or erotic material, which are meaningfully different, as it adds to their sexual knowledge and make them more familiar with how women feel towards sex. But they agree that after watching porn, there is a tendency to develop an attitude of being superior to the other sex. And they confess that it also takes the attraction and love they have towards their real romantic partner. So the attraction becomes less and less to the real romantic partner because they are watching better dressed, better powdered, better figures on porn. Women, on the other hand, feel good to use erotic material, but not pornographic material. Now, there is a difference between erotic material and pornographic material. In a short, I would say that erotic material is one which is done in which videos are made in a way to help persons in a very dignified manner. Whereas pornographic material shows a lot of violence and acted out things, but it's an exaggeration. So about 35% of women in the study made whose male partners viewed sexually explicit pornography material felt that, what women felt? The women felt that their partners were having an affair, quote unquote, with another woman. Even though the woman was not real, the woman was on screen. They noted, and this was published in Time magazine 2004, they noted that pornography use has been implicated in more than half of recent divorces in the United States. And similar studies of other regions are steadily emerging. So divorces today, even in our country, I do not have statistics exactly, but of India, but the divorces always have an element. One of the reasons is watching of porn. Articles say. So in the 90s already, Jesuit priest who was well-known media person, those of you who have been reading Paul Murphy will know, he said that pornography sabotages the family and pornographers are the deadliest saboteurs of family life. And according to him, tolerance of pornography is derived from the lackadaisical approach to religion and the moral code which were taught in the family by our own parents. Most of us come from families with traditional backgrounds. where our families taught us catechism. They sent us to catechism. They told us this. They taught us moral values. They corrected us. But today, it is becoming more and more difficult for parents to correct the children. There are so many laws and which inhibit parents from correcting children for whatever reasons parents themselves know. And so the inability to of parents to correct their children in time, fear of being considered outdated, and other such factors have fed the attitude in which children and youth are given an exaggerated personal freedom. So the parents themselves find it difficult to correct them, thinking that the children will think they are outdated, and they are not corrected in time. So another thing is today children, sorry, today uh, this is from a testimony which one girl, when I was giving sessions to a school somewhere in the north, and one girl after the session she came and told me that her parents watch one of her parents watch porn, and she used to feel disgusted, but she couldn't do anything because she was a girl first of all, and it was, traditionally in the some of the northern states, I mean, you cannot even, the girl would not be able to tell anything to the parent. So she was saying that her parent was watching porn, and so that is what is happening today. So how can the parents then correct the children if the son or the daughter watches their parents watching porn? I mean, not in the bedroom, obviously, but even just in the pastime. That means they think the parents can watch. Definitely, it's something good, because parents represent the good psychologically, that we understand who God is from who our parents are. So the parents can watch porn. Why can't we? So that is why this exaggerated personal freedom is given, and so therefore the family is affected, and parents are playing pornographic videos, video games, and saved. If the child gets, or the teen, adolescent, or child gets the parents' phone just to play some simple games, and they find material which is salacious in their phone, it already says that it's okay to download porn. So that's the family is being affected, and society is facing the calamity of a despiritualized and irreligious humanistic consciousness, said Father Murphy. Late in the 20th century, already Pope John Paul II also emphasized that the media have made porn and sadistic forms of expression accessible to wide audiences, which include children and youth. And this has led to gradual corruption of moral values in society. The tolerant attitude of civilians to these evils has led to unrestricted market to porn peddlers, whether through YouTube or in common serials. Murphy, in his article, Effects of Pornography on Family Life, nails the main culprit as being the carelessness of citizens. Who accept all this hands down. And irresponsible watching of porn has caused a rise in rape cases, sexual assaults, even on children, incest, and increasing pedophilia and child pornography, related perversions, sadomasochism, family breakups due to increased individualism and a false sense of superiority, selfish motivations, lack of respect for dignity of persons, and deviated sexual interests, and consequently venereal diseases such as AIDS, gonorrhea, syphilis, and other surveys. One of the surveys, some of you remember, the Archdiocese has conducted a survey in 2016. I was doing my studies that time. I was so happy to get that survey, and I asked the persons concerned. It also showed erectile dysfunction as one of the direct impacts of internet pornography addiction. Amoris Laetitia, number 33, says that the dignity, security, healthy fertility of marriage and family as a culture of narcissism, marital independence, hasty confrontation of marital problems leading to failures, a culture of loneliness, a sense of powerlessness in the vulnerable economic constraints. All these things are effects of what porn does to the family. Let's come to what happens in the bedroom. This website, allprodad.com, has done a lot of research in this. Patrick Fagan details the effects of porn on marriage. A study by Patrick Fagan details the effects of porn on marriage in his website, and you can read the experiences of couples, effects, etc. According to the research he has done, he says, first, in pornography, passion is faked. People who watch pornography sooner or later begin to feel the effects in their bonding. Love and respect between couples is more important than anything else between married couples, though techniques help. Then, all married couples know that tiredness, routine, stress from children's issues undermine their intimacy already. Then many women don't feel that porn addicted husbands, if their husbands are addicted to porn, that they are truly present there when they make love. These are from studies which I have noted down. Then 40 years of study in this topic in various countries done by Bridges and Bergner show that men view porn more than women, primarily because they use it for solitary masturbation. Though some women also watch porn, it is rather to help them in their lovemaking with their romantic partner. Porn watching seems to lower satisfaction from their real partners, as in their mind there is this supernormal stimulation which is often faked for the sake of the camera. In porn, the powder, the react, the take, the new take, all kinds of things are done by the producers. It's kind of a supernormal stimulation given to persons who are watching, and this is often faked. So what happens is expectations cannot be fulfilled. Porn has to be visually exciting and instantly grab the attention of the viewer in order to be successful. So it is actually entertainment. It is an act. It is a movie. It's performed by actors. When persons are obsessed with images, now imagine the couple in the bedroom obsessed with images of some other women or men, powdered faces and arousing videos. Unconsciously, they are expecting that from the marital partners too. So therefore, this automatically leads to disappointment for the self-esteem of both the partners, and consequently, it influences their married life. So the loss of intimacy, the third one is the loss of intimacy and trust. Fagan says from his study that wives consider their husband viewing pornography as cheating. This could be because another person, even if it is only a photograph or a video of her, is in competition with the wife for attention, especially if the husband is watching porn during the act, since his mind is filled with it. Then there is loss of intimacy and trust, because sex is said to be connection physically, emotionally, and spiritually, says Foster, the director of the content creation of this website. He is a married father and a father of 2 children. He says that for these 3 levels, that is the physically, emotionally, and spiritual level, all these 3 have to be taken advantage of. In order to be taken advantage of, one needs to focus. If you have to be physically there, emotionally there, and spiritually there, you have to focus. And focusing on a screen or on some imagination in your mind creates a false sense of closeness, in the same way as taking steroids, he says, gives a false sense of strength. So instead of spending time on each other in an act which is meant to establish the intimacy of the couple, they could only fall even more apart as trust in each other diminishes, especially as where trust is the source of love and intimacy. So continual viewing of porn will erode trust built over these years, over all those years of your marriage. Then there is a whole section of aggression and violence, which takes expression in sex, which I will not be doing in detail here. But when we do in small groups, we can do it in detail. And how porn manipulates this element in human persons, especially males, to promote violent and aggressive forms of sexual behavior as an expression of anger or masochism. And this also causes great harm to the couple, both physically and emotionally, and has long-term effects even in their day-to-day life. Speaking about families, about a decade, when the FABC had a paper on family life a decade ago, the family life was discussed. Already that time, the impact of social media and the dangers of addiction to pornography on families was discussed. And it said that causes harm to families, especially youth, who were already on social media at that time, though may not be on smartphones, but on the internet. So these porn producers, these businesses, they prey on youth who are most vulnerable and emotionally unstable at that stage, with their attractive and alluring advertisements and offers on social media. So if you have children who are adolescents, who are youth, you can be sure the corporates are trying to prey on them. They are trying to get them into porn with all the alluring this. And you may or may not even know that your teenage son or daughter is watching porn. Addiction to porn affects the way persons begin to speak. So listen, are they getting irritated? Are they spending a lot of time alone? Are they going to hiding places? Are they not wanting to be in common places for a long time? It affects the way persons begin to speak to each other in the family also. Their priorities change. The way they spend their time change. They don't want to go out to play football anymore. Or they don't want to go around with their friends, the girls. Religion takes the back burner, definitely. Or no place at all in the person's life, and charity in the family goes out of the window. There's no time for bonding with the family, because pornography has its way of making you alone, making you solitary, giving you that solitary pleasure. So bonding with the family members is out.